The iconic American actor Bill Hader seems to have played a significant role in Hollywood. If you're a fan of the show South Park, let's take a look at how Bill Hader inspired this iconic South Park character. The infamous episode. Ever since Bill Hader started appearing on Saturday Night Live, fans have loved him and he quickly spiraled to the top, becoming one of the most favorite cast members of the show. But what was it that made Bill Hader so iconic within no time? If you've seen Saturday Night Live, you'll know that Bill Hader has a knack for impersonations, and it was these impersonations that have made him a fan favorite even amongst movie enthusiasts. Owing to his comedic nature, Bill Hader has been a success in multiple comedy movies, including Superbad, Adventureland, Tropic Thunder, Paul, and Men in Black 3. Naturally, it makes sense that Bill Hader had some role to play in the popular Comedy Central cartoon series South Park. But before we reveal which cartoon character was inspired by him, do you want to take any guesses if you've seen the series and are familiar with Bill Hader's work? If you've seen the infamous South Park episode, you might know what we're talking about. The episode starts off with Jimmy working on jokes for his comedy show while Cartman is just sitting on the couch and snacking. This is when Jimmy asks Cartman if he's eating fish sticks and then makes fun of Cartman by asking him if he's a gay fish. The joke is played on Kanye West since he was unable to understand it, and when the joke was derived, the writers asked themselves about who wouldn't be able to laugh at themselves, and the first person they could think of was Kanye West, since he takes himself too seriously and considers himself to be a genius even though he failed to understand the fish sticks joke. Before we get into more details about how Bill Hader inspired this iconic South Park character, if you're liking our content so far, then do be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you also subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications button so you can be notified every time we post a new video, as well as be in the know about what some of your favorite celebrities are up to and how they're playing their part in making Hollywood great. Fish sticks. One of the first times that Bill Hader contributed to the South Park cartoon series was in the episode Fish Sticks. In this episode, Bill Hader made a joke that's possibly the funniest joke that we've heard on South Park yet, and what's even more interesting is that the joke was even an original crafted by Bill Hader himself. The joke was derived from a real-life experience which Bill Hader later shared with the media. Bill Hader and a couple of other actors were invited to a retreat with Matt Damon, and during this retreat, everyone was treated to salmon. A group of writers on the retreat were sitting and enjoying their salmon with Bill Hader when all of a sudden, Bill Hader said something along the lines of what if one of the salmon was like Evel Knievel, just like on a big motorcycle, and was screaming. This resulted in a roar of laughter erupting from the writers' side, and a whole conversation started on the Evel Knievel salmon from there onwards. During the conversation, one of the writers misheard what was being said and assumed they were talking about fish sticks, and this is where the inspiration for the joke came from. We know it sounds pretty unbelievable, but it was at this moment that one of our favorite jokes from the South Park series was born. PC Principle. In addition to being the inspiration behind the Kanye West fish sticks joke, Bill Hader also admitted to being the brains behind an iconic character on South Park, and this character is the PC Principle. Naturally, considering how Bill Hader's iconic sense of humor resulted in a great deal of popularity for the show, the writers and producers obviously wanted to bring Bill Hader back for every season of the show, and when he finally returned for the 19th season of the show, Bill Hader went one step further, and instead of doing voiceovers, he came up with the idea of an entirely new character. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Bill Hader informed the media that the idea of the PC Principle came from a real-life experience. The character was based on someone he had met at a very random party that he had attended, and after a lot more flavor and color to that person's character, the PC Principle was born. Naturally, when Bill Hader, Matt Damon, and Trey got together, they're bound to create an over-the-top, obnoxiously hilarious character, and this is exactly what happened with the PC Principle. Character development. When PC Principle's character was first written in the show, the writers had intended for it to be a one-time thing only, and there was a high chance that the PC Principle wouldn't make a comeback. However, once the character was shown to the audiences, it received an overwhelmingly positive response, and it was obvious that this was a character that the audience wanted to see again. Thankfully, the writers decided to bring him back instead of cutting him out of the show. The PC principal has transitioned from being just an antagonist on the show to being a full character and even has a supporting character. Well, we definitely love the PC principal and would love to see him in all the future seasons of South Park, so let us know what you think about the character in the comments down below.